I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Play Tropico 6. I have not actually played a Tropico game on the channel, which kind of surprises me. And in fact, this will be the only Tropico game I have actually really played. I played the original one a little bit, but back then it was a little bit much for me. The Tropico games do seem to have a few more nuances than most of the city building games that I play. But we'll try this one out for a while. It seems like there's a lot to do in it, so we'll learn together, I guess. New game. I'm just going to do a sandbox. We'll avoid all the missions. I have played through the tutorials, and the shuttle is struggling, in the first mission of the game. So I'm not super well versed in everything about this, but I do know enough to get started anyway. I think I'm just going to take a random map. That might bite me in the butt. Looking at some of the layouts for these islands, some of them look like they might be a little difficult to wrap my head around. I mean, I kind of like that one, but we'll give it a try. We'll struggle with this one. Balanced resources. I'm just going to leave everything basically as is. We will start in the colonial era, and I assume we'll be able to work through it. I'm not sure how different this is from the last iteration of the Tropico series. Every game that I've seen seems to be just basically a rehash of the same thing. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Anno does sort of the same deal with its games, but so I don't know if this is a new thing to Tropico 6 or not, but basically we go through different eras of our island, and that unlocks different buildings and whatnot. So let's go ahead and start, and we'll just see what this provides. I do not know if the volume is going to be at the right levels. I've kind of turned it down just because I'm worried. The sound settings do have a toggle switch for stream safe sound, which I think is kind of interesting. The game seems to be... I was going to say the game's a little bit frozen, but I mean, obviously I paused it. So let's zoom out here and see what horrible things await me. Well, we do have some temple ruins. I don't know if those are actually things here. And then, okay. Not a lot of building space by the looks of it. I do not know how long we will stay here for this. But anyway, so early on, looks like I've got pretty much all the basics set up in a square. One thing I have not really appreciated about the Tropico series is that they look a little messy, which I get it, you know, they're trying to... It's appropriate for the theme, but like having the ranch here, I imagine I will want to move this at some point. For now, we will leave it. Now I've got to, first things first, connect this up. I think we'll just do something like that. Yeah, we'll have it come in like that. Okay, cool. So, first things first, Palace. You can customize that as well as El Presidente. In fact, let's just go in here. I want to be theme appropriate for the moment, so since we're in the pirate... I can't? Oh, it's locked. I have to get the Pirate King mission. Dang it! Well, never mind. We'll just, we'll maintain that. As a Caucasian male in a suit instead of typical El Presidente. I suppose I could just go ahead and drop something on there, but we'll just leave it for now. And anyway, so there are many ways you can customize your palace. I appear to not have the rooftop decoration because it is not unlocked until Cold War, so that's kind of an interesting thing, so we'll put that on there just for now. Several different layouts. I chose this one just because it's, well, irregular, it's kind of unusual, and probably something a little bit different. Anyway, back to the actual game. So, what do I actually need to be doing right now? I imagine quests are going to pop up from time to time, but right now I need to be making money, I suppose. I have no revenue, and expenses are probably going to come online here as soon as we start going. So, I do have a ranch. I've got a bunkhouse. Most of these are shanties. A few country houses, okay. I have the construction office as well as the Teamster office. This is basically my distribution building here, and this is of course the construction building. Looks like first thing I need is a food source, because we do have that ranch, but it's not really... I mean, what does this actually make me? Right now we're raising cattle, which actually kind of looked like the picture there was llama. We'd be better off raising sheep, by the looks of it. We're not very efficient right there. We're getting meat and hides. This gives me wool and milk. Can't feed people on that. I mean, you probably could, actually, but I think it counts as a food source. The milk does. But we might be better off just going for the ranch. Again, I'd be better off moving that maybe here, actually. Should I change that? Should I don't even have the ability to do this right yet. Maybe I should change that to sheep and then add another ranch up here. Why don't we do that? So we'll change this to sheep. And I'm going to build another one. Food and resources, ranch, and we will just flip that around. Building here, building near the dock, maybe not a great idea, just because it kind of takes away the resource there. You can see over in the right, though, where my efficiencies are, and building right here is pretty damn efficient. We can always move this stuff anyway, right? Okay. So, the hotkeys for the game have been an annoyance for me. They're a little difficult to get used to. I can do the WASD keys to move, but the 1, 2, 3, 4s and all these other buttons that are nearby do not do anything that is related to the rest of the interface over here. We will play this on 4 times speed. Now see, this indicates how long I have under my reign. Now, in the first mission, as well as the tutorial, you can extend this reign by doing quests. I don't know, since this is an open map, if I'm going to get those quests, because I would have hoped something would have popped up by now. How else am I going to extend my reign? Or is this... Maybe in this is how long until the colonial era flips over. Because in the first mission, this is how long until I get kicked out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Alright, Sophia here is leader of the rebels. So the two factions in the colonial era are going to be the revolutionaries and the royalists. So if we eventually want to become independent, we're going to have to court Sophia here. But this is going to be where we need to help out the royalists so we can extend our time, because I don't think I can do this in a timely manner. So anyway, the revolutionaries want me to begin becoming a pirate, which is kind of okay with me, because piracy allows us to go on raids, which allows us to get loot, get treasure. We can... what does this do? Increases... oh, so this looks like it brings in people. Okay. And then you can steal or borrow world wonders for tourism purposes. So anyway, let's get this down. It is the menus. The menus, I would say, have always been off-putting for me in what little I have actually played of a tropical game. We're just gonna stick this one out here. Maybe not. Must be placed on the beach. There we go. Okay, so I guess I can't angle it in there on that beach. That's not a big enough beach. That's too bad. Should I have this over here? Should I have it more hidden cove? Of course, doing so means I'm going to have to travel further with my resources, but for aesthetic purposes, let's go for some inefficiency. So just connect up there, and then I will drag the road over. We will demolish a bunch of shanties, which is okay, because eventually I'm going to want to build nicer homes, which will make all that look better. They'll rebuild themselves anyway. I was really hoping it was going to not do that. No, that works. Okay, so we'll get that going. I could begin trading something, but again, I don't really have any of these resources. I guess I could make a fisher's hut, and we could begin doing this. This will. These are royal quests here. They'll help out my... will they help out my faction? I think they will. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and build a fishery, because we can use that as well.
Excuse me, Ellsworth.
There we go.
I need a teensy tiny favor.
So we will do that. We will go ahead and grab this one with the fish, since I'm on my way to doing that. One thing I've already noticed that kind of annoys me about the game and the way it plays is that you don't really have an overall control of your goods and resources. You can click on buildings, of course, and see what they do, but the Teamsters sort of distribute it to wherever they feel it needs to go, which is actually cool, the way it works. So, for example, doing the trade route here, it will take fish and get it prepared to sell so that this thing gets done, which I think is interesting. And actually, stop. We're gonna increase the Teamster office abilities here just slightly, so they're a little bit more efficient, so they get more things done. Which is cool that the computer does that automatically, because then you don't have to manage the resources yourself. So let's say for the cattle ranch, it's making me hides. Well, then there's the leather worker.
Together, Governor Ju and the people will turn everything around.
Yes, I think at this point in the game, money's more important to me, so we're going to try and maintain as high a level as I can. We are not making very much money at all. Obviously, the most of this, half of it, is going to construction, so once we are no longer building for a while, then this will build back up, hopefully. Local services are mostly what local services? Rent, basically, is the only thing that's making me lots of money. We're selling the wool, excess wool. And right now we should also be selling hides, because I don't have a resource building that is using hides, I don't think. So I've got wool in there, milk is being consumed locally, hides there, okay, there we go. So we should see here, can I not see what that just... Oh, okay, so we took hides, okay. I'm used to spacebar being pause, it is actually P. So it automatically distributes that, but like I said, if I had a tannery, then the hides would go directly to the tannery, and then I guess excess would go to sale automatically. It's a neat mechanic, but as far as micromanaging, it's annoying that doesn't exist. But
humbly teach you something.
there are too many unemployed citizens. Either there aren't enough jobs, or the education requirements for jobs are too high. Well, we know which it is. Not enough jobs. Make sure there are enough jobs with low education requirements. Decrease unemployment to 7%. Okay. I want to look here in the almanac. The almanac being where I can view basic statistics and sort of drill down to what I need. We have 37 unemployed, 33 uneducated adults who need jobs. Now, let's see. So what do I have? I can upgrade some of these. This is not unlockable until a certain time period. But there are upgrades, and maybe it's research? Research would allow me to do this? I don't have a library. Why don't we build a library? That will help with education. Is that too early to do that? It might be too early to do this. But building the library builds me research points so that I can start doing research for whatever during my colonial period. Really, the only one I'd probably want to do right now is boat services, because it increases the speed of all my ships, but we're not utilizing other islands besides the main one at the moment, so that's probably actually, we don't need to be doing that. So what do I need to be doing? We have food. We need entertainment. We need to keep the people happy, so we'll put a tavern down, and that'll employ a very small amount of people. I'm going to actually extend these roads out. Just a tad, because I want to build grid-like in them. Maybe we shouldn't keep the tavern right next to there. In fact, let's not even do that at all. Let's put the, not luxury, regular entertainment right here. That way it kind of is halfway in between the workspaces and the residential glop that I've got going on over here, as they just kind of build wherever. That's another thing that I can do too. These shacks will show up as people are coming to the island, indicating that they don't have any real housing. So if I started building things like bunkhouses and these country houses, they would start living there, and we have empty spaces, so I'm not really sure why people are not living here. Oh, because they require well-off wealth? Okay. Well, in that case, I think we can afford to build a few bunkhouses. That will kind of help, I think, raise various things for me. Let me see here. Low quality residential building for 2 households. Must be well off or better. 6 households. Tenants must be poor. At least poor. Emits little pollution. Okay, well that's good. I can go ahead and buy the blueprint for this, but actually I obviously don't need it. So who... Let's go back into the statistics here, because I want to look at unemployment. Can I see? I mean, these are uneducated, but does that break it down by wealth? Vacant homes, well off, okay. I mean, that makes sense. So should I just delete those? I feel like I should just delete those, because we probably don't have that kind of wealth here. The well off, they're uneducated. They work at the dock, workplace Teamster's office. So the well off are working in the Teamster's offices. Interesting. And at the palace. Oh, okay, well that's where I get my guards from. Okay, well, let's keep this going. What is my? I mean, 37, but that's not percent-wise, is it? Ah, there we go. Holy crap! So I need many more jobs. Fortunately, I don't think this one's timed, and because it's gray, that indicates it is an optional thing. Did I have like 180 days or something to fulfill this one? It tells you, but then it doesn't add it to the thing here. It doesn't add it to the interface. There we go. Accept demand in time. Oh. So I have to accept it there, but then I can do it whenever I want, I guess. They want to complete a loot raid. Okay, we will do that. So we come over here. No, we don't come to raids. And we will loot. What do we want to loot? Coffee and gold? Corn? Coffee and corn I could keep for consumption, but I think it goes directly right back out into the economy. I think I sell it. We could possibly be using logs. In fact, that's probably what I should be doing. I should be looking at basic infrastructure, stuff like that for jobs, so we could fill in a mine, we could fill in, you know, the logging industry, all that stuff. We could utilize the hides. Actually, in that case, let's do that. Let's build up a tannery, and we'll start using that. We'll use that. But I'm going to go for coffee, corn, and gold. Hopefully, we'll keep the corn and the gold. But anyway, so that will settle on for itself. I'm going to lower the speed here, and I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to let it run whilst I'm doing this. Maybe I shouldn't. Let's do. I mean, I could do a plantation, since I got ranches going. That would increase. Oh man, there are just way too many statistics. So overall happiness, food happiness is okay. Fun is being done by nothing. We're not having fun at all. Only the ranch and the wharf. So we can increase food happiness at least by getting more farm stuff going, perhaps along the water's edge here. Let's do that. Let's do a plantation. And what do we want to sell? Well, we got corn. We do have access to banana. We have access to pineapple. Sugar. Sugar is good if we want to go for rum, so we can start a little rum plantation out here. In fact, that might be a good place to do that. I think I'm just going to dig corn in right here. 86%. So I could do something like that, and that's actually worse. 95% is pretty good. It's a little bit further back from the road, but that's fine. Take a road. And there we go. So that'll go there, and we'll begin making corn. What else did I say? Oh yes, the tannery. So we'll just put that basically right here because that's right next to the dam. This is the cattle farm, right? Yes. That's not at all what I did. Oh my god. Tannery. Yeah, we'll just kind of keep it right there. How about? Okay, cool. So there's a little bit of things in here that I could put, like parks. I don't really know what this does for me aside from offset the terrible appeal, I guess, of these buildings. Let's build this up a little bit. Boy, I really hope... See, this is extending the mandate, so my mandate is going down, so I need to be fulfilling these trade routes. And as far as this is going, fish is not going anywhere. So maybe what I need to do there is to come in here and stop allowing local consumption, and then we'll build the budget for that. It goes from 40 to 57, but efficiency is quite big, and the overall wage is not too bad. Forefather style, we can't upgrade to any of these. So you can change the work mode, which has different benefits and deficits, I guess. Humane exploits, past your prohibition, does not increase fertility, decrease fertility in its vicinity. That might actually be good, since it's right next to a farm. Decreases the efficiency by 15%. There are ways to offset that. How can I see fertility, though? Overlay. Let's look for food quality, fun coverage, food coverage, faith quality, livestock conditions, crop conditions. I don't think that... All these... I mean, this is what I was
Feel quite right, Governor. I
saying.
have a powerful desire to call you Presidente.
Okay. So, this is a bit early in my opinion, although given how little time we have left to make this work. So if I can get some more revolutionaries going, then we can basically claim independence right now. That will progress us to the next era. I kind of am not ready to do that, but at least then we might not have this time, and then we would go into, what, elections? I don't know. I didn't play the next mission to play into the World War era. So, we have that hanging around. We can wait. Obviously, we will need revolutionaries. This is what I need. We only have 32, but with an approval rating of 53. Now, if I do this loot, which we should be working on here, they're finally departing. They finally got enough raid points. No, we're in a deficit still? Maybe. I don't know. You build up raid points in order to do various things. You can see how much they cost down there. So maybe we still don't have enough points. I don't know. Anyway, we need that to do that, and we need the freaking trade route to pay off here so I can actually sell some damn... What did I pick? Wait. Fish. I picked fish. It's been running for 18 months, and we have not caught any damn... Oh, shit. Because I didn't... Are there fish? Let's find out if there's fish. Maybe I... Oh, good, we got it. So they must have just done it all at once. Well, good.
Well, you did the right thing.
We will extend the mandate because we're running out of time here. I don't need the money so much. We will, as we build infrastructure, do better there. I could take it upon myself to take another one, because that quest might not show up right away. So let's go ahead and look at coconuts. I would need to get a coconut picker, which is okay. We're going to get 10% above, and coconuts would allow me to use that as the food source as well. So why don't we go ahead and sign that contract, and then we will go ahead and build ourselves a coconut harvester. And there's no coconuts to harvest around here. I should have probably figured that one out before I accepted the damn contract, because the contract cancellation is giving me a penalty, right? Yeah. Well, that's okay. I can, and this is totally counterproductive, but I can import coconuts at a 5%, and then... Wait, what? Can I actually do that? Coconut importation, and then just turn around and sell it to them? So I would import 900. So not even 1,000, or the full price here, because we're not going per 1,000. We're only going for 900. So I could get that and then turn around and sell it to them, right? Would that honestly work? Because that feels a little broken, especially at 10% over. So I'm gaining that much anyway. So I'm going to gain like 300 out of this, which frankly is not super great. But so in order to do that, I'm going to have to basically... Yeah, that's the one where... I'm going to have to sign this, but I can only have so many licenses open. So we'll have to purchase this one. And now I can have the two. You can see that it goes on. They do unlock. I think I can unlock them somehow. Either through reputation gains or quests or something. But I do know they will open up as such. So I have not been reducing the shacks too much. I mean, I haven't built a lot of homes yet either. Okay, so that's going to require goods, and that's a tannery, which will require humane exploit. We could do no, that doesn't affect this. We'll increase efficiency. I don't know the ratios. I feel like there is actually a ratio. So we might end up needing 2 cattle ranches. Overall, for money, we're hurting, but subtract the 7,000 from my construction expenses, and if we're just sitting on it for a while, I think I'm actually doing okay. We need more people, basically. More people need to be in the revolutionaries. Now, one thing I can do here, I can get 10 revolutionary immigrants. I may consider doing that. Again, my economy is skidding by. We're hurting still just because of the construction costs, but overall, we're not doing bad. Well, except now that if I'm buying stuff to sell stuff, which is ridiculous. Why did I do that? How are we doing on that? It's not the one I wanted. Unemployment, however. Unemployment, 30%. So we've dropped that pretty significantly. That's good. So we'll just keep building up on that. We're not super hurting for money. And if we are, then we can just hopefully alleviate that somehow. I'm hopeful that as time goes on, I will get more royalist quests to extend this time period, because otherwise, I don't know how we're going to do with that. Food for the people. Could I do this right now? It looks like it. So, consume 2 food units when eating, increases food quality by 10, decreases capitalist standing, increases communist standing. That's not affecting me right now, and I don't think you can revoke an edict? No, you can, right? Decrease... yes, I absolutely want this, but not for the price. Not for that price. But this would definitely help a lot. Mandatory siesta increases job quality, decreases efficiency. We probably don't want that early on. We need as much efficiency and go as possible so that we can just load ourselves up with dirty industry and make things absolutely awful. I want to see what this guy's actually selling. Again, this is an annoying thing. Good, look what we did. So there was no benefit to that. We're still waiting on the coconuts because I haven't built a coconut guy. Right. But we're not stacking it. We're not stashing it. See, I want to be able to... We've got 900 in storage. Okay. So now we can push it, right? We just bought some, and now we can send some. Yeah, and then I'll have to find myself another new thing. So cotton, nope, we're not able to export anything in this right now. The sugar and rum thing will probably be good, pretty decent money. That might be a good industry to get started up. Far better than the rest of these, in fact. So maybe that's the next bit of jobbery we'll do there, is we'll set up our more plantations and factories and whatnot along the coast here, and maybe end up building some more of these homes to kind of get people in there, and their housing quality is absolutely abysmal, and they really need a better place to live. I think there's also, so like health. Oh, a grocery store would be fantastic, actually. Yes, we should perhaps do that. And a chapel, that might be nice too. I hesitate to build the chapel because I know for a fact that Sophia here has quests for building chapels and taverns and the like there, so I kind of want to wait for those just so that I can sort of double up on what I'm benefiting from there. Overall, what can I do with the wool, though? Is that an industry I can take advantage of? Not right now, it doesn't look like. Maybe a textile mill eventually? Yep, okay. World War era, though, so we're going to have to hopefully extend my reign until the next era, but overall I think it's pretty decent. I think we've made a good start, and the pirates are doing what right now? They're off to go get me coffee, corn, and gold, and all the glory. Okay, I'm going to end this one here. I will see you next time.